Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. You guys already know what it is, Jake's FC. Obviously, it's been a minute. I think last time I posted a video would have been the Newcastle match reaction a week ago. So before everyone was wondering, no, I have not retired the channel. I have not disappeared from YouTube. Your boy is back with another one. Been a very busy schedule. Been a very busy last couple of days. But we're back with another one. Arsenal grabbed the win against Fulham 3-0, absolute first half demolition. And let's just get into it, man. Let's get into it. You guys already know. Big up everyone who interacts with your boy, likes the vids, subscribes, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as always. And coming into this game, this was a massive perform. This was a massive game. This is a very massive game. All our remaining games this season are massive games, but each game is like a final at this point in time. And coming into this game, we knew that we had to win because winning gives us the opportunity to go 6 points ahead of Manchester City at the top of the table. And obviously, City now have 2 games in hand. So they play on Monday. They play Everton on Monday night. And then they play next week, I believe it's Brentford on Saturday. So by the time we play West Ham on Sunday, City will have clawed back those 2 games. They would have played their 2 games, so we'll be level in terms of the matches played when we get to that West Ham game. But regardless, we knew we had to win. There was pressure on this game. There's pressure on every game, like I said. But today, Fulham, sticky. That's a sticky team. That's a potential banana peel. That's one because we know that Fulham have given us some some tough battles over the last couple of years, especially under Mikel Arteta. We all remember the 1-1 last season away at their stadium. We all remember the season before that when we lost out on the title 2 points. Fulham actually got 4 points from us this that season. They beat us and we drew with them at the Emirates. So we know that Fulham, they're one of those teams. One day they look very good. They can cause you a lot of trouble. But on another day, they'll go and get slapped up 3-0 like they did today. So, like I said, let's get into it. The lineup. Big up Ateta big up Ateta today because he actually made the changes, keeping in mind obviously that the team needed some freshening up, and because obviously we have that match against Atletico Madrid on Wednesday, on Tuesday rather. So he freshened up the lineup, brought in Kelly in the midfield. We've been crying out for Luis Kelly to get minutes this season, let alone get minutes in the midfield. And Miles Lewis Kelly started in the midfield today. Very happy to see that. When I saw that, when the team lineup came out, and I saw Lewis Kelly was starting in the midfield, I nearly had a press conference. I nearly threw a party just because of that. Very excited to see Skelly starting. Calafiori obviously came in as well for Nkapia at left back. Bukayo Bloodclot Saka, what the troops started on the right wing position, came in for Madueke. Trossard came in for Martinelli on that left wing. But the rest of the team was just as it was, and I was okay. I was okay. I was happy about that lineup. I was happy with the lineup, obviously. So game started right as soon as that first whistle was blown. No did he pause. Um, we were on Fulham. We were on them. Had a couple of. We were on them. We started like we unleashed like a freight train is what you want to call it. We were on them as soon as as soon as the game started. Intensity was there, attacking the players were playing some good football, and then the goal comes in the 9th minute. Saka does a nice little skill, gets past the Fulham left back, delivers in the low cross, and guess who's there to tap it in? Victor Yokeres, man. The way people have been disrespecting this guy, not just rival fans, even our own fans. I'm seeing people saying sell Victor Yokeres. This guy is, you need to throw away that weed you guys have been smoking about selling Victor Yokeres. Guess who was there to tap it in the goal, first goal? Victor Yokeres, bro. Victor Yokeres. gets his 20th goal of the season in all competitions. And then we're like, all right, quick start. Now let's keep on piling in the pressure. Had bare other chances over there. Trossard, actually, Trossard could have put us 1-0 up like within the first 2 minutes. But the shot, he was unlucky. Shot went slightly wide. And then the second goal, we maintain the intensity. What we've seen this season is that we tend to get the first goal and then we sit back, which invites pressure from the other team. But today, Sakateta told these guys, get that first goal and keep piling in the pressure on these guys. And that's exactly what we did. Got the first goal. And that second goal was just coming, bro. Just coming. Eze got nearly put us 2-0 up. Actually, even Saka nearly put us 2-0 up. Missed it slightly wide. That's when Leonard dropped the ball and the chance fell to Saka. But then just slightly wide. And then Eze had another chance. I think it could have gone in, but it deflected off the Fulham defender and hit the post. And then after that, literally, the next phase of play after that, Trossard, I believe it was Trossard who delivers in the cross. Calafiori heads it on 2-0. And we're like, all right, now we're on Mars where we're celebrating. Just for these VAR guys to chop it off offside, and it was offside, but even then we could tell that second goal was coming. But anyway, Fulham now, it's like that VAR decision kind of gave Fulham an uplift in the game because the next kind of 5 minutes after that, they weren't really threatening, but then they decided to dominate a lot of the ball, started to get in our box, but then we were like, whatever, like these guys, they're not on nothing, bro. So guess what happens? Can't remember who sent in the ball. Saka gets it. I think actually Gyökeres gets it, holds up the ball very nicely, passes it in to Saka. What a nice finish from Bukayo Saka, bro. That Saka Gyökeres link up today was like prime Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp. If you know, you know. But them two were combining very well today. And I can't lie, me, I was celebrating. I was celebrating, made a lot of noise. Um, but we move. Couple of minutes later, the third goal comes in. Another long ball, Trossard on the wing, sends it in for Gyökeres, and he's there to head it home. Second goal of the game, 21st goal of the season in all competitions, 14th goal of the season in the Premier League. Like, bro, he's the first player under Mikel Arteta to get more than 20 goals in a season, and people are still disrespecting Gyökeres, man. Like, people don't learn, man. Put respect on Gyökeres' name, bro. I've been defending Gyökeres on this channel for a minute, bro. So, bro, no one can say that I flip flopped with Gyökeres. I've been defending him on this channel, and Victor Gyökeres, proper striker, man. When it matters, pulls up with the goals. I don't know how many goals he's scored this calendar year, because since the start of 2026, he's just been bagging in goals. He got one against Atletico in midweek on Wednesday, and he gets another two today. And he got an assist as well. So that's 4 goals and assists. 4 GA in the last 2 games for Victor Gyökeres. So he's on form at the moment. And bro, first half it was a first half mauling, you know. That was a first half mauling, and but it could have been more in that first half. 3-0, that flatters Fulham in that first half because it could have been like 4-5, 6-0 today. We had bare chances. Trossard could have had a couple of goals. Eze could have scored. Um, Calafiori obviously just chopped off offside, so it doesn't really count. Saka could have gotten another one. But, bro, first half, I have to say that has to be one of the best halves I've seen this season, you know. Probably up there with the Atleti second half performance when he beat them 4-0. The 4-1 performance against Villa in that second half. The Tottenham performance, like, it's up there. This first half today was up there. Second half was just about the control. Fulham didn't really threaten us. Like, it was a comfortable second half. We knew what we had to do. Just take the sting out of the game, maintain the clean sheet. And obviously David Raya, he's basically gotten he's basically won another golden glove. I don't think any of the other keepers can catch up with him. So that's 17 clean sheets for David Raya this season. And he's got that's 3 in a row, 3 golden gloves in a row for him this season, since he's come to Arsenal. So big him up for that. Is it 3? I believe it's three because he won it last season, and I'm sure he won it the previous season. So I believe so. It could be three. But regardless, that performance from the team today, shout out to the players, shout out to Ateta. I think everyone on that pitch today, especially that first half, was was class. Everyone, even Ben White, people might say he looked a bit shaky today. He did look shaky in a few situations, giving the ball away, miscuing passes and the hitting passes or overhitting or making the wrong pass. But in terms of his general play, I think Ben White was decent today. Raya didn't really have much to do, but Ben White, I think he was alright today, especially going forward. Like his link up with Saka was decent to be fair. So big up Ben White today. That was a much better performance. Saliba and Gabriel, always good as always. They were very good today. Calafiori, he had a good performance today. Was unlucky not to get a goal. It was obviously chopped off offside. The midfield, Rice and Skelly, that partnership was very good today. They kept on interchanging a few times. Sometimes Rice was dropping deep. Sometimes Skelly was dropping deep. But that midfield needed some freshening up. And today we saw that combo worked very well. And that brings me up to what I'm going to say. Actually, I'll come back to it. Bukayo Saka, very good performance today. Much better than we've seen in a lots of games this season. I think it took him some time to grow into the game, but after that, he was creating chances. I wouldn't say he was cooking their left back, but then he was having the better of him most of the time. Obviously, got himself a goal and an assist, and he was obviously taken off for Madueke at halftime. Don't think that's an injury. I think he's just resting him for the game on Tuesday against Atleti. So big up Bukayo Saka today. What a performance today, and he was captaining the side today. So big him up. Eberechi Eze, I think he started the game a bit shaky as he was dilly dallying on the ball a bit too much. That's one thing I've noticed with that. Sometimes he takes not too many touches, but then he just is too composed on the ball. But I think that's how he plays anyway. But as the game went on, he started growing into it, and as he just plays football, he's just one of those street ballers. Those he's like. I'm not saying he's as good as Chucky, but then he's just one of those players who you need to let them have a free roll. The guys like Grealish, the guys like Chucky, as I said, those kind of players, as he falls in that conversation, not in terms of ability, but then in terms of how they're playing style. As they just let him play. Could have had a goal today. Was unlucky. They obviously came off the Fulham defender and hit the post, as I said. But big up Eze today. Very good performance. Trossard, much better than we've seen since the turn of the year. Trossard was actually very good today. Got himself an assist as well. Unlucky not to get himself a goal. Um, he had like three or four chances to get a goal today. And if he was unlucky for one of them not to go in, on another day he probably gets a goal. But that's much better from Trossard. As I said, because this year he's been playing like he's been drinking those Belgian beers. But today he wasn't on the beers. Today he was on the H2O, the water, the hydration, the proper hydration, not the yeah. But yeah, big up Trossard, big up Trossard, as I said, and then Victor Gyökeres, like I said, my striker, proper performance from the Swedish number nine. This guy, I don't want to hear any disrespect on this guy, especially from Arsenal fans, because too many of our fans also keep on. Rivals can chat. The rivals will always have to. They will always have that chat. But then our fan base don't want to hear any disrespect on your careers, man. People can say, "Oh, his touch is bad." Yeah, we already know that, man. He has the trampoline touch. His hold up play was good today. He held the ball very well today. Give the Fulham defense a run for their money, especially Joachim Anderson. Jokeres was getting the better of him in many situations. And how do you think that second goal for Saka came? Through Jokeres holding the ball nicely, bro. So put respect on his name. You see what happens when you create chances for Jokeres? He scores goals. He could have gotten a hat trick today. Trossard laid it off for him. A through ball in the second half. think he was caught in two minds between either chipping the keeper or just laying it or placing it. But Leno made the save, obviously. But Gyökeres put respect in his name. That's 21 goals for him in all competitions, as I said, and 14 goals in the Prem for him. So put respect on his name. Rest of the team, Madueke didn't really do much. Zubemandi didn't really do much. Jesus didn't really do much. Dauman, shout out to Max Dauman, because this this is what I want to say about Dauman. Because listen, obviously I've been crying out for Dauman to start during the running because I think the players on that writing position haven't been performing, so I thought he should have deserved to start. But the reality of the situation is that Dauman should not be starting at this stage of the season. He's only 16 years old, and despite the talent he has, yeah, he's the kind of player that you should bring him on when the game is when you're comfortable in a game. You shouldn't be relying on him when there's in pressure times. Obviously, he got us to win. He managed. He's the one who changed the game when we beat Everton. He came off the bench, it was 0-0, changed the game, um, and won us that game. Helped us win that game, but we can't be relying on that. Because he's one of those players you have to build up the confidence. Because ease him into the team, bro. And we saw that's what happened today. The game was comfortable. We brought him on when the game was comfortable. We had pretty much won it. And now he got to do his own thing, play football the way he wanted. And we saw that he had a solo run as well. He had a solo run the last minutes of the game. Um, could have scored, but obviously was slightly wide. Not slightly wide. It was way wide. That right footed shot. But we're just seeing this Lauman let him play ball when there is no pressure. He's like let him ease him into the team basically. Apart from that, Mosquera as well was another substitution, and he did his job. He didn't really have much. He only played like 10 minutes of football. So big up the team today, obviously. And man of the match for me, Miles Lewis Kelly, obviously. Like I said, there was many very good performances out there today, but special shout out to Miles Lewis Kelly today. What a performance, man! First performance we've seen. First time we've seen him play in midfield in his Arsenal career. We're in a title race, and that's the kind of performance he puts in. Big ups Kelly, bro. Today, man of the match performance, man. Can receive the ball under pressure because that's all we've been needing. Not to put down Zubamendi, but then we've seen many times whenever Zubamendi receives the ball under pressure, he gives it away. He can't hold it. He can't really hold the ball. But Skelly, we saw the strength, bro. We saw the strength today, holding up the ball, skilling defenders, skilling players, and also the runs he makes as well. Like, what a performance from Skelly today. He was dropping deep sometimes, and other times he was driving us forward. Like, sometimes he was even a left back. Him and Calafiori were switching a few times. But Miles Lewis Kelly, big up yourself. What a performance today. And I want to see more of that. More of those performances from the boys Kelly, and I'd like to see him start against Atletico Madrid on Tuesday, but we're gonna get to that in the preview. But regardless, you guys already know what it is. Um, on to Atleti on Tuesday. You guys let me know your thoughts on the game today. Um, and Everton, please do us a favor against Man City. That game on Monday, Everton, please. David Moyes, Yelman and I, um, Dwight McNeil, Tieno Barry, Beto, Keenan Drisby Hall. What a player. You guys know what to do on Monday against Man City. Even a draw will be enough. But regardless, we'll get to that. We just have to do our job anyway. We did our job. It's on to Man City to do their job. Regardless, yep. Man, we'll see you guys in a bit.